Afternoon. This is why I wish James Duffy was working the camera, but right now we have an S10 because James Duff decided he was going to message me and he offered to help. But right now I'm doing the push the S10 camera button because the video camera I have here, which is just basically a $200 same pixels type thing, has great zoom though. It's awesome zoom, yeah, but it just is not much better than the S10. Just to tell you the truth, cannot afford one right now. So we have to deal with the S10, and that's about it for now. Anyway, I better not mention James' name because he's going to be mad at me. And he's going to say, why did you mention me on the air? And I'll say, it's only 107 people, James. 107 people. Anyway, he's an awesome guy, good friend of mine. Okay, 447 cases of COVID-19 positives in Utah today. And looks like there was 9 deaths, so that's not a good deal. 10 yesterday, 9 today. Still got some deaths going on. So let's go to the percentage of people in the state of Utah that want the mask mandate to end tomorrow versus those that don't want it to end tomorrow. Okay, a poll I seen on KSL, and I believe this came out of some, like the governor, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we'll get into technical stuff someday. 44% want the mask mandate to continue of the people who are polled. Now, 52% said no. Now, this includes people that believe the entire mask mandate was a completely stupid and moronic idea from the very beginning. There's that 52%. And 4% couldn't figure out if they were on planet Earth or Mars. Just saying. 4% said, oh, okay, just moving on. Zion National Park is proposing an increase to their shuttle prices. So they want to charge more for the shuttle because they say there's too many people coming into Zion and they cannot hardly handle the influx. So I don't know why increasing the price of the shuttle ticket would actually help. Just saying, unless they're going to buy some more shuttles and make some more roads, because there's way too many people just flooding into Zion. It's a disaster. Okay, on to Utah's population growth. This is a good topic. Okay, per a study done, and it was on KSL, we've only grown 17.6% since 2010 to 2020. Now, that's probably not close to, I mean, honestly, Cedar City has grown way beyond. Utah County, this is I don't know, not accurate as far as they say, but not me, just my I guess intuition on the fact that this could be completely false. But anyway, so the highest in the nation was Utah. 25,256 out-of-state people moved in. In 2020, Washington County had 6,600 new residents, okay, from out of state. Who moved here? Who moved here is what they brought down. They wrote it down. Californians topped the list was 17,500 people between 2014 and 2018. Just saying. A lot of people from California. Arizona, they had 7,000 people move here, which is just right next to us. So Arizona, I mean, what are we going to say? Fredonia? Come on. Nevada, 5,000. Well, we all know that half the population of Nevada is in southern Utah anyway, the majority of the year. So, hey, whatever, 5,000 decide to claim residency. Good job, 5,000 guys. I'm telling you. Okay, 111 were born in another country that moved here. So, that's not a part of the California or Arizona. So 1 out of 11 people that moved here were born in another country. Now, Mexico made up the bulk of that, 35%. India made up 4.4%. Venezuela, 4%, which we can understand that with what's happening down in Venezuela. Peru, 4%. That's pretty high number for Peru. You wouldn't really think Peru is a big deal. Canada, 3%. You Canucks, I knew it. Just kidding. I like Canada. Their bacon is great. Okay. The U.S. population only grew 35%. Okay, 0.35%. Now let's get into the U.S. population. Now the growth of last year, 2019, 2020, was only 0.35%. That means that the U.S. population was really declining in a sense, getting pretty close to the losing population. Now this was due to Trump's closed borders. Now when we close the borders, the population starts to shrink. Now this is what everybody wants: lower population, less people, less pollution, less carbon. This was a good thing as far as people that want populations to go under control. The older generations, pass on, and then the younger generations come up. We don't have overpopulation issues. Now the border's open. You're looking at 10,000 people a day coming in. Just saying. So during the Trump administration, when they had the closed borders, that was a pretty big deal. It literally stopped the growth of the population. Just stopped it. But the machine needs people. Just remember that corporations need people. They need new people. So that's a part of that. Okay, Americans and Russians have docked at the space station. They left Kazakhstan in a Soviet-made rocket today, and they were so excited that they worked together, and look what they had got accomplished. Now they're at the space station, the Russians and the Americans, on a Soviet-made rocket. Just saying, most of our space exploration like that is done through Soviet rockets, because they had a bazillion of them laying around after the Cold War. Okay, most of Utah's businesses will require a mask still after the mandate's up tomorrow. Just saying, private property, they have the right to do that. It's still going to be in effect. Now, Moab, if you guys are planning on going to Moab, they still are requiring masks. Their entire county, mask mandate. They have a ton of people flooding there from all over the place, everywhere, all over the country, all over the world now, okay? April is Alcohol Awareness Month. So let's all be aware, and if somebody's an alcoholic, let's try to get them people help as fast as we can and save their lives, because nothing is worth being an alcoholic. It is a bad, bad disease. Okay. A man accused of attempting to steal a truck in St. George off of Redwood Road today was held at gunpoint by the truck's owner until the police arrived and arrested him. Apparently this guy was searched, and he had 2 wallets belonging to other people. And he had 5 driver's licenses and 5 different credit cards from other people. This guy seems like a real winner. Yeah, so he was held at gunpoint by the actual owner of the vehicle. Kudos to that. That's why, armed citizens can actually make a huge difference in theft. Okay, marijuana legislation efforts are being pushed by Snoop Dogg and Charles Koch. They're huge. Koch brothers, they're billionaires. Now Snoop Dogg, he's trying to get this done. He thinks drug awareness is a big thing. He thinks that marijuana shouldn't be illegal, and they have to get 10 to 12 senators on board to get this legislation passed. Now that's understandable. Marijuana is not a death drug, guys. People have been serving sentences due to marijuana. These guys are pushing to get this legal throughout the country. My opinion is, if it isn't meth or heroin or one of those major life-destroying drugs, we probably shouldn't be arresting people for possession of marijuana. That's just dumb. It's 2021. We don't need this. Alcohol's way more deadly. My opinion on it, I don't think some kids should go to jail for smoking that. It's just my opinion. But remember, drugs, and when drugs are imported, the crime that goes along with that, along with illegal sales, the crime is through the roof, and people actually pay with their lives over this stuff. If it's illegal. It's legal, then they make a bunch of money off it and blah, blah, blah. And it's not a big deal. Brush fire in Price leads to evacuation. 2 people ticketed. So we had a brush fire in Price. This is on Fox News 13. Just 50 acres. Looks like at 4:30 today. That was not today. Yeah, I think that was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday at 4:30. So, yeah, 2 people were arrested on that. And I will try to get a national news update to you guys. Let's see. Yeah, anyway, we'll get to national news next. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Remember, I'm still looking for somebody to do the newscast for the weekend, and definitely Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next week. Apparently I'm going to have gauze stuffed up my nose with straws, and I'm going to be completely incapacitated to do the news. All it takes is a basement wall, something, and it takes research, guys. It takes, this is what a couple days of news, your notes, chicken scratch notes, just constantly writing stuff down, researching. I know it's annoying, it's tough, it's informative. You overload with the informativeness of it. You don't know what to do with it all. You're just like, right, wait a minute, I got my pencil. You constantly write stuff down. And it's tough because you got to go through this. And just double check the news. You find a story that's a little shaky. You have to go through it. Sometimes you have to double check it, make sure it's factual. And you should always say, where your source is from. Until we get the ability to go out and to send people to Bears Ear's monument for Deb Holland when she visited Bears Ear, and people to go to these different fires like Choke Cherry Fire. Wow. Yeah, there's a chokecherry fire. So stuff like this, Iron County chokecherry fire. You know, I didn't even see this, guys. I didn't even see this. So interruption, breaking news. Got to go back to this. A wildfire started Monday afternoon in Iron County, has burned about 660 acres near the Utah-Nevada border and is now 40% contained. The chokecherry fire started shortly after 3 p.m. Monday and affected state private Bureau of Land Management lands, according to the news release from the Division of Forestry, Fire and Salt and State Lands. Officials said it was caused by a burn pile that wasn't cold to the touch, which resulted in ash being blown away by the wind. The fire caused some local road closures and threatened 5 structures. Anyway, red flag fire conditions and desert stressed pinyon juniper trees grass brush has led to fire behavior seen normally in July, the news release said. According to Utah Fire Info, 9 engines and 2 hand crews remain assigned to the fire, and they continue to make great progress despite steep, rocky terrain. I have a connection to that fire. Somebody I know, you know, and you know, I have firsthand information on that. Well, secondhand information that it was out. They mixed snow into it constantly, kept it under control. But anyway, just say it, and it was a legal burn, so it was permitted, and there was still snow on the ground, and everything was pretty much legal. But the huge winds came through, which we all seen. I was hit Monday out there. I was out west, and it hit me like a freight train. Just explosion, just a massive cold front came through. Literally looked like a dust fire coming out of Burrell Valley, and it was just the wind hitting so hard because of a cold front coming through. So anyway, I was over by there. I wasn't responsible for that. So you guys have a great day. I'll try to do a national news next before I have to get my trailer and leave. You guys are awesome. Thanks a lot.